Welcome to the 2025 Old Mutual Wealth Rider Briefing video. We're thrilled to have you join us in Swellendam for another edition of the iconic event taking place through the awesome Overberg.
The video that you will now watch contains crucial information designed to help you enjoy a safe, smooth and unforgettable ride. Please pay close attention as we cover everything you'll need to know, from route details, safety measures to race day logistics. We're here to ensure that you are fully prepared to take on the challenge, so settle in and let's get ready for an incredible day on the road out of Swellendam. Race pack and number collection. Team captains or representative must collect the team's race numbers at one of the following dates. You should see these on screen now, so head out to one of those that suits you best and collect the goodies for your team as well as the accreditation for your car. Please remember, number collection will be done by team and not by individual rider. So come prepared to carry all of the rider offering and bags that are for all 12 riders on your team. There'll be no registration on the morning of the event. Team changes and substitutions can be done at registration at a cost of 200 Rand per person. Please note that this does not apply if your team entered on a corporate entry. Changes will be made for the corporate teams free of charge. Team vehicle accreditation packs will only be handed out once the car and driver details are provided. So please folks, come prepared with the details of your driver as well as the registration number of your car. Each rider will receive the following as part of their rider offering:
An Old Mutual Wealth drawstring bag, an Old Mutual Wealth water bottle, a pair of Chiavita socks brought to you by Old Mutual, a TPU tube. This is a thermoplastic polyurethane tube. It offers several benefits for cyclists, including significantly lighter, more durable with better puncture resistance. It has excellent air retention compared to traditional butyl tubes, and they also provide better rolling resistance. They're compact and easy to pack and are eco-friendly and recyclable. Special double century edition of bicycling magazine, squirt chamois cream or bike wash concentrate sachets, and a small treat from Food Lovers Market.
Once again, your generous braai hamper, sponsored by Food Lovers Market, will be available to collect from the Swellendam Showgrounds on Friday during the registration hours, or on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Each team will receive a voucher that is numbered. If you're collecting on Saturday, there will be a 15-minute park and ride in Station Street where you can quickly park, retrieve your team's braai pack, which will be handed out on the grass area next to the hall. Look out for the Food Lovers branding, you won't miss it. We are incredibly proud to have Food Lovers Market as a co-sponsor of this event, and the value of that braai pack is going to be just short of 2,000 Rand. So Saturday night, while you're celebrating, get out there, enjoy your braai pack, and a huge shout out to Food Lovers Market. Your team photograph, which you can take on the Old Mutual Wealth stage positioned on the showgrounds, will be sent to your team captain, courtesy of Old Mutual Wealth. Thank you to them for this incredible initiative. Included with your team photo will be a wonderful dashboard with the highlights of your team's event, position, time, etc.
When you get to the start, keep an eye open for the squirt loop stations down at the showgrounds to enable you to get around that route just that little bit smoother.
Race day, the start. Please, very important to note the road closures, especially if you are planning on traveling from towns outside of Swellendam into the start in the morning. This includes the Trudeau Pass as well as the Kochmanskloof Pass, both of which have road closures. The Trudeau Pass, which is the one that takes you from Barrydale through to Swellendam, will be closed from 5 a.m. in the morning. So if you're coming from Barrydale, you need to get into that pass before 5 a.m. If you're traveling from Montague through the Kochmanskloof Pass, that will close at 9 a.m. Again, please note, we've had riders in the past that have been caught in Montague and unable to get to the start. For a list of traveling times to Swellendam and full road closures, please see the event guide and our website. You will note all the road closures of the various roads around the route. Please note these carefully. Same procedure as last year. Teams will enter the showground from the Station Street side of the grounds. That's, for those of you new to Swellendam, the Gqeberha side or Port Elizabeth side. And the road will take you past the front of the showgrounds, and you will line up sequentially from there out on to the road where the start is. The reason we do this with the slower team starting first and the faster team starting last is to reduce our time and exposure on the N2, as well as making sure that the more social teams finish as early as possible. Teams will start every 30 seconds, and your allocated start time is your start time. Please note, if you are late to the start line for any reason, your start time would have started at the allocated time that you were allocated your slot. So just be aware of that and make sure that you and your team are there on time. Important to note what you need at the start of the event. Do not leave your accommodation, guest house or rental without them. Your official race number, the number board affixed to the front of your handlebars, your helmet, and your finish time timing board. Please consult the event guide for an example of where and how to attach it to your bike. Preferably, this should be done on the seat post to make sure that it is horizontal.
2025 will see us on the traditional route of the Old Mutual Wealth Double Century.
We'll be leaving Swellendam out onto the N2, heading out through Buffelsrivier, taking a left turn towards Seebrock, and then onto the beautiful Trudeau Pass. There are refreshment stations and feed zones en route. The first refreshment station, which will ostensibly be water, is at the top of Trudeau Pass at 32 kilometers. That's just to enable you to top your water bottles up as you head towards the first feed zone, which will be at the top of Opta Trudeau. The feed zone is kindly brought to you by our friends at Food Lovers Market, and you will see the feather flags as you approach the Trudeau feeding zone. If you are intending to stop, remember that your time does keep rolling when you're in that feed zone. After that, it's a 50k ride through to the team support zone at Ashton. As you exit Kochmanskloof, at the intersection where vehicles are turning off towards Swellendam, riders will pass through a timing point, and this is where you enter the neutral zone. Please remember to be careful when moving through Ashton. It's a busy weekend at the end of the month, and we're anticipating a fair amount of local traffic. Which is the reason we'll take you through the town in neutral and into the feed zone at the team support zone in Sunfleet Road.
You will pass through a timing point at the exit of the Ashton team support zone, which goes out onto the R60, and you'll then turn left out of Sunfleet Road heading towards Robertson. The next timing point is at the entrance to the Bonnievale team support zone, just before Angora Street, with the exit timing point on the R317 just after you've turned right at the Bonnievale cellar. Please keep your eyes peeled for these timing points.
Just as you get to Robertson, there's a left turn at the circle, and here you will come across the first set of railway lines that you will cross. We will have mats over those lines, but exercise caution. From Ashton through to the next refreshment station is 30 kilometers, and that's at Rooibrug. Shortly after you pass Van Leeuwen Wine Farm, you will take a right turn and you will see the refreshment station on your left-hand side. Ostensibly, once again, this is just a water station for those that have run out of water or are looking just to top up before they get to the team support zone at Bonnievale. Speaking of the team support zone at Bonnievale, that is 15 kilometers further than the Rooibrug that you will pass. And you will enter once again into a neutral zone of 30 minutes through that team support zone. Please exercise caution. There will be teams leaving, teams arriving. There will be team vehicles pulling out to head back to the finish. And we're asking riders, there's no racing in this period. It's the reason we give you the 30 minutes of neutral. So top up in the team support zone, because you'll be heading into the last 42 kilometers of the event. The last feeding station will be at Drew, and here you'll be able to top up with Coke and water, and we should have some light snacks for those of you needing to see your way through to the finish for the last 26 kilometers, which of course take you over those 3 wonderful little hills just to keep things real. In the event of extreme heat, we will put a temporary water station at the top of the second of the 3 climbs. So be aware that you will be able to top up with water, but this we will only implement in the event of the weather conditions being adverse, and that's on the heat side. A huge thank you to our sponsors of both the feeding stations and refreshment stations, Food Lovers Market, and Peninsula Beverages Coca-Cola.
Race Day, the route of the Old Mutual Wealth Double Century 2025.
Some tips for the route and some advice on the neutral zones that you're going to be passing through. Please remember to exercise caution as you're exiting Swellendam onto the N2. The neutral zone, as I've mentioned in a previous brief, will be as you exit the Kochmanskloof Pass and take you into neutral through the town of Ashton. For this first neutral zone, we've allocated 40 minutes. That's 10 minutes to get through Ashton to the feed zone in Zandvliet, and then 30 minutes in the feed zone in Zandvliet. Important to remember, do not exceed an average speed of 30 kilometers per hour through the neutral zone. We will be monitoring times at the timing points to ensure that teams are compliant. The next neutral zone is Bonnievale. You will have 30 minutes in the Bonnievale feed zone, and that's with your team support vehicles. You can use all 30 minutes, or you can simply fill up your bottles and head straight out. That's totally up to you. We're often asked, why do we have to stop for 30 minutes? The truth of it is you don't have to stop for 30 minutes. In fact, you can enter and exit immediately, and your time will simply start rolling as you exit those neutral zones. The finish, you will finish at the top of Van Heerden Road. It's that last little kicker that we stick in there just to make sure your legs are working. From the finish line down Murray Street to the showgrounds is neutral. You will be crossing the main road, and you may be asked to stop by the marshals to facilitate traffic flow. So just be careful and head down to the showgrounds, where you will receive your medal, your Coca-Cola, and be able to relax on the field, get a nice cold beer, and more stories with your mates. Some additional areas on the route that we'd like you to exercise caution. The first is the descent of Trudeau Pass. It's not that technical, and the road surface is in reasonable condition, but please exercise caution as you descend the pass. The second is the long descent off the top of the Trudeau. It's a very long, straight descent and very fast. Folks, there is traffic coming towards you on the R62. So please exercise caution on that descent and stay on the left-hand side of the road. It's also a part of the route where some of the faster teams are going to be passing the slower teams, and we would ask the slower teams please to give the faster teams some space and stick to the left-hand side of the road. Once again, not a technical descent, but a very fast, long descent. The third of the three descents is the descent down to Montague with a sharp left turn. That is one that we would like you to keep your eyes open for. The left turn onto the Drew low-level bridge, which is just before the Drew water point. Please exercise caution going through that left turn and keep your eyes open for gravel. Rules of the road. This is an event that is held on public roads, and we do so at the behest of not only the public but the authorities. And we're going to ask riders please to obey some of the following rules. Do not ride more than 2 abreast. It is a team time trial, and we need to allow teams to pass others. If you're doing so in large, bulked up groups, it makes it very difficult for teams to safely pass you. So that's 2 abreast. The only exception to this is on the N2 as you leave Swellendam to the left turn just after Bavliasrivier towards Seebrock. Single file on the N2. It's a short stretch, but we do ask riders to stick hard to the left-hand side. There will be large trucks and vehicles on that N2 heading north. No crossing the white line at any point, especially on the descents, but crossing of the white line will result in disqualification. Obey the marshals and motorcycles that will be en route. They are eyes and ears, and they will be reporting transgressions into our venue operations centre in Swellendam. Take note of caution signage and marshals indicating the caution zones. You'll see these very vividly as you descend the Trudeau Pass towards Berrydale. There will be 4 mechanical support vehicles provided by Old Mutual Wealth. These will be strategically placed at locations along the route. They will be able to supply basic mechanical assistance, and if you're in need of mechanical assistance and you're stuck on the route, please get hold of the VOC. The emergency number is located on your race number. Important to note, do not leave the spot that you were at when you reported to the VOC that you needed mechanical assistance. There's nothing worse than our mechanics, or our medics for that matter, driving up and down looking for an individual who's suddenly decided that they can actually continue having reported that they needed help. If you are going to move on, make that call to the venue operations centre before you do so, and just let them know that you are back and underway. Cut-off times. Cyclists are required to reach the finish line in Swellendam by 16:10. That's 10 minutes past 4. Cut-offs will be implemented along the route, and a sweep vehicle will indicate the rolling closure of the course. The rolling closure is calculated from the time of the last team that crosses the start line in Swellendam. Any cyclists found on the route after the cut-off time will face disqualification. The cut-offs are on screen now. Please remember, these cut-offs are not cut-offs that qualify you for a finishing time, but the cut-offs on the route. The allowed time for you to finish the event, excluding the 30 and 40 minutes in the 2 neutral zones, is 10 hours. Sweep options. Cyclists unable to complete the race anywhere else at the route should call the VOC and report that they are unable to continue, note their location, and a sweep vehicle will collect them at a point during the event. They will transport them back to the Swellendam showgrounds. Please understand that this is a 200-kilometer route and the teams are starting over a period of 2.5 hours. So sweep vehicles will be there, they will pick you up. Please be patient. Please ensure that you call the VOC once you are in your support vehicle. So if you have pulled out at either of the 2 team support zones, please let the VOC know that you've withdrawn so that we know that you're not a rider that's missing. I think it's important to note now, one of the reasons for having a timing system, in as much as that it times riders on the route, it's about us managing risk, and we're able to know when riders are finished, when riders have passed certain points, and obviously if you're in your vehicle heading to the finish, we don't know. You may have stopped off or disappeared or been picked up by a motorist and taken to a facility. So please get hold of the VOC and let us know that you have withdrawn from the event. Team support zones and team support vehicle information. This information is vitally important to the drivers and support crew of the teams that are heading out onto the road. For directions from Swellendam to Ashton, and then from Ashton to Bonnievale, and then from Bonnievale back to Swellendam, you must view the support vehicle route map available on our website and in the event guide that will be mailed to all participants. Please note, seconding vehicles are not allowed on the route at any point other than the very short stretch from Bonnievale along the route until the riders turn left and the support vehicles will head towards Stormsvlei and then onto the N2. Ashton Team Support Zone. It is an approximately 40-minute drive for the team support vehicles to travel from Swellendam to Ashton along the R60. The team support zone is in Zandvliet Road in Ashton, located just after the Ashton Cannery, over that very fancy new bridge that the authorities have built, which didn't get washed away in the flood. We strongly recommend that all team support vehicles are in position by no later than 9:45. Limited water will be available towards the end of the team support zone for dropped riders or riders that have missed their team support vehicles. Now, drivers, please note that 10 teams are allocated per support zone, and you may park anywhere within your allocated space. Please ensure that you park in the area that is demarcated for the 10 teams in which your race number falls. So drive through the team support zone and you will find them on the left-hand side of the road. So as we've said, that's 10 teams per zone. There are 25 zones or sections in each, and each of these zones or sections is 100 meters long. So look out for it, and don't be that guy that takes up all 100 meters. Remember, there are 9 other teams sharing that support zone with you, so keep your vehicle and your exposure to the distance to an absolute minimum. Team support vehicles will exit the feed zone in the same direction as the cyclists, and they will then turn right back towards Ashton Town. Cyclists will be turning left and heading towards Robertson. They will then follow the directions from Ashton through to the Bonnievale Team Support Zone. This information contained in your race pack. Team Support Zone in Bonnievale is located on the R317 and runs for a stretch of 2.7 kilometers, ending just before the Bonnievale cellar. The total time allocated from the start of the team support zone to the end is 30 minutes. As I've mentioned in a previous briefing video, you do not have to stop for 30 minutes. You may stop for 5 minutes and then leave. Your time will simply start as you exit the team support zone. The Bonneville Team Support Zone is the only other section of the route that team support vehicles will be able to feed their teams. Once again, 10 teams are allocated per zone, and you may park anywhere within your number range. Once again, please leave space for the other team vehicles that will be in that zone with you. The route after exiting the Bonneville feed zone will be a right turn at the exit of the Bonneville feed zone in the direction of Stormsplay. You will exercise caution as you follow the route along with the cyclists for about 1.5–2 k's, after which the cyclists will turn left heading towards Swellendam, and support vehicles will continue straight to Stormsplay on the R317 and join up with the N2. You will reach the N2 where you will turn left heading towards Swellendam, travel along the N2 for 39 kilometers before turning left into Swellendam Street. Please note that this is not the first turning into Swellendam, it is not the second turning into Swellendam, but it is the third turning into Swellendam. It is the last turning that takes you into Swellendam, and it is the same road that the riders would have exited Swellendam on their way out. Once you've turned into Swellendam Road, follow the directions in your race pack to head down to the finish area at Swellendam Showgrounds, where for those teams that still need to, you can collect your Food Lovers Bri Pack. Team support zone rules. There's different accreditation for each support zone. Only one vehicle per zone. So if you are using one vehicle, which will go to both areas, you need to put both sets of accreditation on that one vehicle. If you have two vehicles, each vehicle will have its separate set of accreditation for the respective feed zones. Please note you may not have two vehicles for your team in a team zone. Space is limited and we need to be cognizant that there are other teams with vehicles. We would also encourage you not to have large trailers behind your car in these areas, as this will take up space, which we desperately need for other teams. Please be aware that you are in an area with the teams while they're in neutral. Some of the teams, especially towards the end of the event, are going to be tired, so please keep your eyes open, travel carefully, and head out of the team support zones in a way that doesn't endanger anybody. Rule infringements. Event officials and marshals on motorbikes will be monitoring cyclists and team support vehicles. All offences will be called into the venue operations centre and offences will be logged. If a complaint has been logged against a support vehicle, the team captain or the team support driver, they will be required to report to the VOC for an explanation post-race. We will be in touch with the team captain and the team driver via cell phone, which is why it is so important that we have the contact details of the team support driver. Infringements by team support vehicles will be treated as if they are team riders and could result in a team being disqualified if the team support vehicle is deemed to have broken the rules of the event. You've hit the finish line. It's at the top of a short climb, and then from there it's downhill to the showgrounds in Swellendam. It's neutral, so please take it easy, an opportunity to get your breath as you head down to collect your medal and your ice-cold Coca-Cola. You will take a right turn out of Van Eden into the descent of Murray Street, where you will cross the main road. Please note you're out of race mode at this point. Exercise caution down the descent. Follow the instructions from the marshals on Main Road. Cross Main Road and head down Murray until you enter Cooper and into the showgrounds, where you will collect all your goodies at the finish. The first riders we're expecting in Swellendam at about 1 p.m. and the last riders should be in shortly after 4 o'clock. Charles Milner medals must be collected immediately after you cross the finish line in Van Eden Street. Okay, so for those riders or riders new to the event, to qualify for a Charles Milner medal, teams must start with all 12 riders and the last rider of the team must finish within 10 minutes of the team's first cyclist crossing the line. The idea of the Charles Milner medal is to ensure that you work as a team to get the entire team to the finish. Finish venue map, which you will see on screen, details the layout that you will have at Swellendam Showgrounds. Please study this. There's a beer garden, there will be a prize giving, finishers medals will be awarded to all of those crossing the finish area in the showgrounds in Swellendam. There will be free Wi-Fi from SWD Connect in the race village, and for teams that have yet to collect their meal packs, these can be done from the Food Lovers branded area by the team captain or the team support driver.
This year, prize giving will take place on the Old Mutual Wealth photo stage at 4 p.m. Please note that the photo stage will be closed from 3:30 to 4:30 to allow us to set up for prize giving. So those wishing to do team photographs will either have to wait until after the prize giving or get their photograph squeezed in before 3:30. Prizes will be awarded to the top 3 teams in the open and women's category and the first place in mixed teams. In the last few years, the Old Mutual Wealth Double Century has been host to an informal race within a race, a challenge, a battle royale amongst select teams of riders. Hailing from Cape Town's Atlantic seaboard, these teams have challenged each other to prove their Cape supremacy on the roads of the Overberg at the DC. Tactics are drawn up, battle plans take shape, all for the title of Kings of the Atlantic Seaboard. To honor these riders and their commitment to racing the Old Mutual Wealth Double Century, we have opened a fun category, Fun Note, to officially recognize the Old Mutual Wealth Double Century Kings of the Atlantic Seaboard, who will be officially acknowledged at the prize giving. May the best team win.
We will also be awarding the very special Van Leeuwen Team Spirit Award. So when you're out on the road, make a noise, encourage others, be bright, be cheery. A huge, heartfelt thank you to our sponsors for their invaluable support in making this event possible. Your commitment and generosity have enhanced every aspect of this race, creating an exceptional experience for all involved. We are grateful for your partnership and for helping us bring an unforgettable journey to the life of our participants. And to all of you watching, a huge shout out and thanks for your continued support of this amazing event. We trust that you'll be safe on the road and look forward to welcoming you back to the showgrounds after your 202 kilometer journey around the Overberg.